conceptualization. He's very good at science. He's good at math, as long as you don't tell him to write it down, and there comes in the problems. He can get the answer, but it's the steps in between that are kind of a gray area. How he gets the answer sometimes are amazing. He just thinks it so quickly in his head, but he's a smart kid. And we've always known he's a special kid. When he was 4 months old, I had him on the bed changing the sheets, playing with his favorite toy, and all of a sudden he says, "Mama, mama, mama." When, was that the toy, or was that my son? And my husband was sitting right there. He says, "He's talking." I said, "Yeah, I know. 4 months he's talking." His tooth had come in too. We're thinking, well, perhaps it has something to do with teeth. But we knew he's unusual. We took him to the doctor, and they said, well, he has some characteristics that are unusual for a kid his age. Talking early. Well, to make matters short, they diagnosed him with Asperger's syndrome in pre-K, and they told us one of the things that would help him throughout his life is music. Music soothes the savage beast. Of course, I knew that because to put him in bed at night, I had to sing to him, take him in the shower, sing a song, play classical music, or for some weird reason, country western. Not really sure about that one. Y'all have a good time. I guess that really, you like that. But music soothes the savage beast. And so when it came to middle school and entering into the band program, we said, yes, let's do it. It's a good thing for him. So the band director in the middle school was a grandfatherly sort, a mentoring sort, and he tested John Claude on instruments and found that trumpet is his forte. So we had him play trumpet. We got him lessons knowing he would need some additional help. And we got him to use trumpet. And he was very competent, not the best player, not the worst player, but always second or third chair, and he always did really well at solo and ensemble, first or second. That's really good. And in high school he thought would be a great jump for him. It turned out to be a musical beast of another sort. We thought marching band would be a good thing. John Claude was all gung-ho about it. He does have a disease called Perthes hip. It's actually not a disease, it's a condition. One hip slightly shorter than the other, so he can't dance, he can't do the funky chicken, he can't run. But he can walk, and he can hike, and he can do lots of things. He's not really all that limited. We thought marching band would be a good fit. We asked the director, said, hey, he's got some limitations in running. Is it okay? He said, sure, fine, sign him up. We signed him up 3 weeks in the band camp. It's obvious that he's in major pain and can't march because they do high stepping, and we didn't think about high stepping. We thought about walk stepping, whole different beast. So the band director said, well, you didn't tell me he had this condition. I said, we met ahead of time, remember? Oh, yeah, okay, fine. So they put him into the pit section and had him play cymbals, drums. It's a stationary group. They have the big percussion instruments. So fine, he gets through marching band, he gets through symphonic band. He's always last chair, although miraculously, he takes first place at state. So he's a very good, competent player. We just didn't hit it off with the band director, it's our belief. So second year comes around, John Claude says, Mom, I really want a chance to be in the best band, and there's only 2 baritone players. I want to play baritone. So no problem, John Claude's pretty multi-talented. He plays a bugle, just like it were living and breathing. If I try, I sound like a sick turtle. Anyway, so he plays the euphonium, learns over the summer, takes lessons. By the time sophomore band season comes around, he's ready. He's nailed it. And he brings his instrument into the band room, and the director looks, what's that? That's not your trumpet. And John Claude says, well, I discussed this with you and changed the euphonium. And the band director says, no, I didn't approve that. So from the get-go, we had to meet with the principal and discuss this. The principal says, no, come on. The kid wants to play euphonium. You only have 2. What's the big deal? He lets him play. And then the problems start. He starts denying him his music. The kids around him won't share the music. They turn their stands the other way, so he can't even look. John Claude must be gifted because he can ear play. He picked up what they were playing. Friends in the band at church would tell us, Mrs. Howard, they won't give him his music, but I have a copy of it because I got it from my buddy who plays baritone. So the kids were helping him out, funneling his music to him on notes. And once the band director saw that, somehow the kids around him would start grabbing his music, taking it, or writing all over it when we went to the principal again. And this time the ISD, Intermediate School District Autism Coordinator, went with us and said, this is unacceptable. You do not treat people like this. This is an autistic kid. You already know that. This is how he must be treated, just like anybody else, with respect. And it just continued to get worse. And the band director was calling, not just on my own son, but telling them how bad, and I hate to say this word, but you suck. He would tell them, the kids tell me in church, Mrs. Howard, the director told John Claude he sucked. He also told me I suck, and I know I suck, but that's beside the point. It's demoralizing. John Claude wanted to quit band. Music is his solace. I went to the principal again, and I said, what can we do about this? It's just music. What is so difficult about having him play in band? So we decided that we would take one more step. We would meet with the superintendent of the schools. And the superintendent of the schools, and I told him, I said, well, at this point, I need help to go to these meetings. I'm a piece of wreck. Our youth minister came with me and sat with me, and because my husband was heart disease couldn't come with me. So we sat through these meetings, and we finally got to the superintendent level. The Genesee Intermediate School District comes with me, sits with me at the meetings, and says, I'm going to represent you, Pam, don't worry. The superintendent secretary comes out and says, Pam, we've got a 10-minute delay, is that okay? I said, yeah, take all the time you need. Just let us meet with the superintendent today, please. So we meet with the superintendent finally. He's very white-faced when he comes out to greet us, and he says, I talked with 2 parents moments ago who corroborated your story. They don't know anything about John Claude. They told me all about their kids being bullied by this teacher. So I just want to tell you, I see your notebook, I see your notes, I see the emails, I see your documentation, but I really don't need it. We're going to do something about this teacher. And we're going to discipline him. And the ISD person said, I need an email, I need notes, I need this whole 9 yards, and I echoed that. And in my heart, I knew it wouldn't happen. So what we did was, John Claude's lesson teacher told him, listen, why don't you talk to my friend? He's the director of the local school, the local one next to us. He's a nice guy. I've told him a little bit about John Claude's story. So we thought, yeah, why not? Why not go to the next school and talk to him? What can it hurt? Met the principal, awesome man. Met the band director, couldn't ask for a nicer guy. We said, you know what? Why put this kid through heck? Why make his life miserable? Why not go forth? It's a brand new day. We'll start fresh and keep our slate clean. We'll take the high road. No more arguing. That we're done. So we went, we moved, we didn't move, we put him into the new high school, and the miraculous thing happened. First day of band camp, a kid comes up and says, I know you. You're my scout troop. You're joining us? This is great. I'm thinking, Lord have mercy. Anyway, this is band camp. At the middle of the week, I come up. I chaperone the camp. And the kids are coming up and saying, Mrs. Howard, your son is awesome. He knew all his music on the first day. And I kept thinking, that's because he had to ear play it for so many years. And now when he hears music, he memorizes it and he knows all his notes and everything. Still don't know how he does it. Band director says the kid's awesome. We just want more like him. I want to put him in my best band next year. I'm going to have him play another instrument in symphonic band, timpani, or tuba, because he loves baritones and tubas and trumpet and jazz band. Do you think we can make that work? I'm saying, I feel like I've died and gone to heaven. Do you know the 2 years of heck I've been through? Of course, I've never told these people what it was like, but they have heard our story through our youth minister. I think he told them a little, and it's just been a blessing. So my story here today, how it's ending, is that when you're in a tough situation, get through the situation with as much dignity as you can possibly muster. Don't burn bridges. Don't hate these people for whatever reason. Their life is as it is for whatever reason. Be positive. Move on and take a new step. And I'm finishing with this quote from Calvin Coolidge, our 30th president. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded geniuses owns the proverb, education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent.
Thank you, very good. Please take 1 minute and fill out the evaluation sheet in front of you for Pam. Another guest. Why don't you sit? Actually, can you sit behind me? It might be better for you.